Co-authoring, also known as live editing, is the capability to be able to work in the same file with your teammates at the same time. This means that in real time, you can make changes and see those changes that your teammates are making. Let's take a closer look. Here we are in the online version of Teams, and we are working as Pierce Boyd. You can see that with the account in the upper right corner. Currently, we are in the Community Volunteers team within the General channel, and we're working in the Files tab. Now, this file called Volunteer Events, you can see that it's been modified about 5 minutes ago by Heather Fremont. Chances are she's still working in that file. There's a few ways that we can take a look at this file to read it and also to make changes, to edit. Let's take a closer look. If you right-click over the name of the file, you can choose where you would like to open this file. Here within the Teams app, in PowerPoint Online, PowerPoint, which is the desktop version of PowerPoint, likely more recent versions like 2016 or 2019, or even open this in SharePoint, because that's really where this document library resides, is in an associated SharePoint document library. Okay, let's click outside of this, and let's just select the file name itself, and this is going to open the file still within Microsoft Teams. You'll notice that we are in full slide view, as if you're presenting this to an audience. This is a read-only view, which you can step through each of the slides with the arrow at the bottom, and even see how many slides exist within this presentation. If you'd like to make changes to this, you'll select the Edit button in the upper right corner. The drop-down arrow to the right again gives those traces like we saw with the right-click of what application you would like to edit this in or open this in. We're going to select Edit, and it's going to switch us to PowerPoint Online. Notice the frame surrounding is still Microsoft Teams, so we haven't left the Teams application. We still have our navigation on the left if we need to go to another area of Teams, but we are working within PowerPoint Online. Instead of this being the full presentation view, we can see the left navigation of PowerPoint Online where we have the thumbnails of the various slides that we can work in. We have some indicators that Heather Fremont is still working in these slides. If you take a peek in the upper right corner, Heather Freeman is also editing. If you take a look in the thumbnail area here on the left, these green people are letting us know where someone has been working. You may also see an asterisk that is showing with a border of the same color around the frame of a slide. That indicates a recent edit that you have not viewed yet, to show you those unread changes that you may want to take a look at. Let's go up here to the upper right corner. There's a drop-down arrow next to this area that says Heather Fremont is also editing. This is where you'll see a list. If there's more than one person that is working in the file at the same time as you, you'll see a list of each name. In addition to the name of that person, it shows you where they are working. Because we're working in a PowerPoint slide, it lets us know that Heather is editing slide 3. If we were working in a Microsoft Word document, it may say that Heather's working on page 10. By selecting this area, it's a shortcut to take you right to where that person is working. All right, now notice that we've switched to slide 3. The green border around this container indicates that that is where Heather is currently working. Hovering over that picture shows us the name of the person that is working there as well. So there are colors that are associated to each person. That's the color you'll see here to the left with the initials. And consider this to be a legend to help you quickly find who is making those changes and where they're making those changes. All right, so let's stay here on this slide for a moment. And what you may notice is that as Heather is making some changes, we are seeing those changes in real time on the slide. And as she switches from one container to the next, we're also seeing that indicator change as well. As Pierce Boyd makes changes also, Heather will see those on her side of what she's working in this file. She'll have the same indicators. She'll be able to see in the upper right corner that Pierce Boyd is also editing and where Pierce Boyd is making those changes, as well as those indicators within the thumbnails and the containers of the slides. And that is how you can co-author in a file with your teammates.